What do you reckon this is playing around? Do you reckon this is just purely the Ags play? It's a really strong Ags. It's just everything else about the hero is kind of trash.
You're talking about the shard or the Ag Scepter?
Shard.
Yeah, the shard's crazy. I actually like the shard's nuts. The range on that, and it's nuts. I actually just love the shard so much. I don't love Pudge. I don't know, like
5 seconds.
I just don't rate this hero at all. I wish it would come back, mainly just for the
Do you?
The good old days of, you know, I never really got to see Dandy Pudge, and he's still playing Dota. So like
he's still ticking along.
Yeah.
Got him a bit of a flex. He's on the old friends list as well. Let's go. Back at TI9, we played some pubs.
Okay, cool.
I mean, it's the one name that I'll drop because it's Dandy. Come on, even though he's, you know, not quite up at the top echelons again, he's still the face of Dota.
It's Dandy. Yeah. Oh, they back into a mid one.
10 seconds.
It's not guaranteed. It could be Nia or Ricky, but it does feel like mid one loves this hero. So, although it doesn't feel like a Omni Knight pairing though, so maybe it is Nia's.
Dire team ban.
I'm just struggling to think like this Omni Knight Pudge. If you get onto someone, KP is one of those people that does like to get the degen aura, just 1 point into it. That plus the slow from the rot can be nice, but you can just go ahead and pick a hero that's got a decent amount of mobility as well. Remaining. So I suppose they're going to try and get onto the Oracle, of course, but
Radiant team
what could they do to prevent this from being a bit of an issue? Like one way is a stun, another way is something like a Troll Warlord that has a slow incorporated. They've already gotten rid of the Ursa.
I love that TA ban, actually. This is something we saw Neon do previously. And if you put the Void Spirit in that lane, they actually were doing great because exactly what you just said. Yeah, dissimulate out. You got your win condition. They don't deal with refraction, a 24th pick. So they did a little bit of their own homework, but I feel like it's maybe nulled out with this Pudge effect.
Is Lifestealer in the pool? Lifestealer, Jug are both still fine. You know, you could spin away from all those slows, which is nice. Yeah, take up a lot of what they're trying to try and put it onto. You're against a Pudge who's very beefy, so you can do a lot of damage there. And you've got a Darkseer to enable a little bit more of your movement. Oh, I'm hearing a pause. Never mind. Misclick from your Pudge.
Can they go real greedy and think of like an anti-mage, or that just not a strong enough combo with the Omni Knight?
I don't like the anti-mage. The only other thing I was thinking was maybe an alchemist, but you don't have the mobility. That's the big issue.
Yeah.
It's not a bad out game though.
We've seen plenty of times. Yeah,
especially with that Darkseer, you're so enabled.
Are we saying for Neon or SMG?
For Neon.
I thought we were thinking about SMG. Okay.
No, I think it's still okay for Neon.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of but like there's no burst at all actually. See, we're thinking about a random. No.
Faceless Void.
All right. He's confident. I mean, the thing is, you're a lot more capable to jump in, right? Use that time walk aggressively because of the fact that you've got this Grimstroke for the setup stun. It's basically like having an Ags yourself. And then you've also got
10 seconds
the Omni Knight to provide you with a Heavenly Grace. So a little bit more survivability.
5 seconds
but where's
remaining.
the damage in the chrono? That's my question.
They're going to get PA. Oh, I thought they were going to raise.
That might have been a bit greedy.
Yeah. I mean, you've got that mobility like you were saying, but it's not the greatest laner.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about either of these drafts, I'll be honest. Like, it's a good response, but is it good enough? Against a Pudge, probably. But still, I'm a little concerned. I feel like they're going to have a lot more priority, or they're going to actually be able to get onto those backlines. So Afu, he's going to look to get sniped every single time. I mean, we talk about the potential with the Grimstroke and the Faceless Void with the Inkswell. You can even go for those cheeky, similar sort of plays with a PA or Yopaj, just with Zhao channeling the Fortune's End onto you to get that maximum 2.5 second root duration to be able to start out a lot of these team fights.
If we had to make a decision though, even though you're not the biggest fan of either draft, how are we feeling about this last game of the series?
I'm going to say Neon, provided they don't make the same mistake that everyone else seems to do against this SMG style of draft. Just kill everyone else. Don't kill the Void first. Kill the Grimstroke first. That force KP to use some of his cooldowns, then switch over to KP, try and kill him, and then you can actually get in onto the Void. But you can't commit too heavily. That is the downside. You know, that Chronosphere is going to be available. So I still think Neon have got it, though.
We get to see a Natsumi Phantom Assassin. He's always looked pretty godlike on the hero. A Yopaj Void. That's always exciting to see as well. But you know what? We're here for? We're here for the Puja.
Are we? Are we here for the position 5 Pudge as well? Oh, is he 5? They might be switching it around a little bit. SMG, they have done that a bit in the past. Afu's playing the Grimstroke, so maybe just wanting that to be paired with a Faceless Void.
Let's see, where's he? Guess a bit hard to tell at the start.
Didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah. You would have to say that it's going to be Afu playing in the off lane, right? He's got the stick, so expecting to go up against the PA.
Alright, Rogi. I'm expecting some banging hooks this game.
He heard you. He did a little bit of a dance there under the cover of smoke.
Got a pretty cool Pudge set. There's some really, really cool Pudge sets. Do you feel like that's one of the few heroes that just... I've got so many, you don't even know what to do with all of them?
I mean, yeah, there's some heroes that barely have any, and they're like, you know what, we need another Pudge set. It's not being picked enough. I just want to see what he's able to do with the Ag Shard if it eventually does get to that point. Last game was GG in 24 minutes, so you're going to get at least 4 minutes use out of it if the game goes around the same level, but it's going to be pretty dependent on these hooks.
Rogi. Alright.
Just stay on the high ground.
I'm gonna have to see it.
Can they catch out CTM? This would be good. Here we go.
They'll get the kill. You really cannot level up Surge at level 1. Rogi, alright. I'm all on board, SMG. Let's go, baby.
They've done it.
That's all you need.
That's actually a really cool play by KP being able to take that, considering he's playing from Australia. You know, you're playing on minimum 80 ping. Is he going to go down though? No. Minimum 80 ping, so to be able to out-click Natsumi's PA, pretty good. I always lose those whenever I'm playing on the C server, just because you can't avoid ping. It just doesn't come down to
skills. It's just your boom reactions. Come on, like, stop kidding yourself. KP, he's young, lively.
It's not that young. He's like 27.
Oh, younger than you.
Just a couple of years. Come on.
Those couple of years can be
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Let's say you're ready for a lockdown birthday.
Oh yeah, I didn't have it last year. It was during that like 2 weeks where we were out of lockdown, and I was like, yay, things are back to normal. Next minute, nope.
Oh no. What's the day?
June 22nd. The shortest day of the year for us in the Southern Hemisphere. That's all that night.
That's exactly when you want your birthday. Like, there's no better day.
Oh yeah.
Have you?
It was great when I lived in Canada. Sunny day. It's like the world was saying happy birthday, Matt.
AP. Just gonna take a bunch of damage. All right, Januel. Gonna help Neon be able to pick up their first kill of the game. They're even gonna jump in. Natsumi and Januel will pick up a second now.
That's what I was talking about with that Fortune's End, right? You've just got so much ganking potential. They're gonna lose play hard. Nope, never mind. Surge gonna be used to be able to get him away. But I mean, this kill potential is just gonna skyrocket further and further. They need to get Zhao up to level 3. Then he might be able to manipulate these lanes a little bit. Getting onto him already. I think they're gonna have to turn around though.
Phantom Strike's on cooldown. 6 being used as well for Natsumi. get back to safety. Still got a bunch of tangos here for the Phantom Assassin, so Atsumi will be okay as we have that timing now of the water runes. Both the mid laners looks like they're going to be able to pick them up evenly, and it also looks like it's a pretty even mid lane at the moment.
Yep, Nia's doing a good job. We saw there was that period where like Yopaj was able to get double the net worth than what he had in a 3-minute period, and I was like, how the hell did that happen? I know there was a couple of stacks going on for Yopaj's Morphling in game number 1, but still, Nia, hopefully he goes a build that's a bit more capable of scaling and flash farming this time around.
Well, the first hook, I love the instant tip. First hook is, yep, it's off the mark, so yeah, it's just, it really does feel like a Pudge is very, like, you got to be confident. It's just a confidence game from him. You start missing a lot of these hooks, then you're not in that groove, and feels like you can really have a hard time from there. Is the stun going to be enough? Mid one? Okay, gets the time walk out.
They're going to continue to be really aggressive here on Neon's side, just going with that first item into the Band of Elven Skin, wanting that burst potential against the Omni Knight. And now that you're level 3 on this this Oracle, they're just going to continue doing it. It's kind of a similar game to, oh, here we go, they've caught out Afu.
Very nice. Kill for them. Down bot, we also see the Grimstroke will fall. So a couple kills across the map for Neon. Another very good start for them, at least so far in the lanes. And
it was Neon that played that game with the Crystal Maiden, right? Where they just got super aggressive from the level 2 mark onwards. And they're just going to do the exact same thing again. Zhao, he's not worried about having the boots super early on. He just wants a ton of regen at all stages of the game. He's had 2 clarities ferried out to him. He's had used 2 mangoes now already. He's still got 1 at spare. He buys another clarity for himself. And he's going to send the courier back out again. And they're just going to keep the harass going.
It looks like Roger hit a hook this time. So that's, he's on the board. Gets mid one a kill. Mid one's thank you, brother. I'll take that kill. No. Still intrigued. Is it the Ricky mid is still plays very much around his diffuser blade timing, right? And not going to get as active as someone like a Void Spirit?
Yeah, I would say so. You do have a higher spike, though, I would say, considering the Void Spirit. Like, you've got the mobility super early on, you've got a lot of burst damage, but it's going to be about the 15, 14 minute mark at best that you're able to have your first key item, whether that be a Yules, which it looks like he's going to this game. We've seen occasionally the Ags Rush come out, which is pretty damn good this game, but honestly, I might even prefer him going the Ags against the Omni Knight, you know, being able to get multiple heroes silenced up at once, having the extra charge for the additional burst, but not going to happen this game.
Rogers
is a very deep Darkseer.
He got hooked under tower, tried to surge away, but I knew they could continue chasing with the time dilation.
Dash.
And mid one, hook back. Roger. Mid one's like, Roger, what are you doing? That's not the plan. You're supposed to give me all the kills.
No, that's the plan. That's always the plan as the Pudge.
Well, he's one of those supports that you just feed every kill to.
You use the term support very liberally.
What would we say a Pudge is then?
A 4th core. It doesn't matter if you're role queuing and you got that hard support selected. Gonna be the case.
Of our former self.
Dire's middle tower.
Just play Pudge and have your team mold at you for the entirety of the game. Although maybe not right now. Like, honestly, Roger's been a part of all the kills. Done a very good job so far. He's got that shot already queued up as Yopaj's going to TP down bot, and KP looks like he's going to get caught out. He's got the Heavenly Grace, a little bit of status resistance, a little bit of regen as well, but Yopaj's damage early on in this game, and you see that, like, Ricky offers no rotation threat at the moment, so a great TP down from Yopaj to the bottom lane.
Yeah, maybe when you get that Orb of Corrosion, you might be able to have something happening in your lane, but I mean, even just with these movements coming out from Roger, he's had, like we've been saying, a good start to the game, been part of all of SMG's kills so far, but he made that Invis Rune movement when he didn't have mana for a single hook, and he had the clarities available, so he could have popped those before he made the rotation. And instead, Neon, they just use the time spent where, you know, Pudge isn't showing in the lane to try and make something happen. They get another kill onto this bot lane. Most of it's going to Zhao. Getting catch KP again. Looks like it.
Poor KP. It's not a life you want to live. The Januel will find it. Rogi's really got to think twice of if he wants to stick around. He just wanted the CS on the creep. Actually, they're going to go in.
Again.
They will. Natsumi's got crit. Mass TPs from Dire. They're going to Delta split. Yopaj to the northern side. The rest of the team to the southern side. With the Inkswell stun. Yopaj out of escape mechanics. And he will get brought down. Knee is going to pick that kill up here. So does waste a little bit of time as no one's farming mid and also no one's farming top.
Surprisingly enough, though, you've got the two cores at the top of the leaderboards being the Faceless Void and the Rickies. So they're doing a good job to start this game out. It's kind of a reversal of what was happening last game, that even though the kill scores were going in SMG's favor, it wasn't the net worth. This time around, you know, you've got a Pudge, right? So that's always going to feel pretty good. He's very, you know, not into farming at all. But with that Faceless Void, I wonder if we'll see a different itemization start to come out for him.
They are going to play with mid one's Void at the moment, because he does have Chrono. So Nia and Arfu, but I believe this got scouted out with their Observe Ward in the river from Radiant. Natsumi needs a target to Phantom Strike too. Actually going to try and man fight here. I don't think you win that matchup, but now it's taken enough time for Arfu to be able to block the escape route. Find the Phantom Assassin, and they also will get Januel. It'll take him a little bit of time. And Nia gets a double.
Tried for the tree block. Didn't get it off. Alright. Things going alright for SMG. In that time, though, Yopaj was farming away. He's got his phase boots completed. Has to be careful about not feeding the courier away. I think they should be able to get it on the retreat here, Nia.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Rogi. So not level 6, Yopaj not going to commit forward for more. Hook. Well, he actually gets the hook. No Astral Step or Dissimulator. Rogi's Pudja.
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh, it's as good as Dandy's right now.
Mm-hmm. How could mid Pudge have ever been a thing?
I don't know.
Like, it just seems so anti what Dota is these days, you know? Going in. Again, CTM.
He's in trouble here. Inkswell. Silence followed up with the Phantom's Embrace. That's a mega kill streak for Nia, and honestly this Ricky is getting a lot more active than I was anticipating. But Brown Brutes, double Wraith Band with the Orb of Corrosion. I believe this is going to be the upgraded Brutes coming up, but they've got a Sentry. They'll scout him. Instant Impale, Hook. Not going to be able to bring the Ricky back to safety, but Rogi actually ran away. With that, he loses the treads too. Down for a minute 50. Try and chase down Arfu. Yopaj doesn't have another round of the Astral Step, but Playhard is already level 6. Oh, no. Hook. Rogi won't be able to keep the Grimstroke alive, and now honestly, Rogi might just get turned on. They're still lacking a little bit of stuns, and diving deep under the T1 tower might cost them here.
Will he go for another hook? Cheeky one underneath the tower. I think now you know that Yopaj is going to have some more of those cooldowns.
He just wanted to deny the creep away from Void. That's what the hook was for.
Alright. Game not going quite as bad as I thought it might have for SMG. On the back of some nice hooks coming through from Rogi, who's got his level 6 available as well. Go for a smoke, but did the range creep catch that? It's sitting in the Radiant River. They might be able to make something happen here, but Yopaj, yeah, they know something's happening.
And KP.
They should know exactly where they are, actually.
It's very far away. KP's taking a while to bring down just yet. But Neon have all 5 if this teamfight breaks out. Hook, drag back Yopaj. Not going to be able to get the initial stun. The phase boots win lace. Too much movement speed for Rogi. But mid one's actually going to show up to the fight. Drops the Chrono on 2. They'll miss the double dismember as well. So the Vac's going to be able to cancel that with a nice 2-man Impale. But looks like the Iron Shell damage isn't enough. Yopaj is still going to commit on forward. He's got the backup of CTM with the Surge. He'll get some space. So a 3 for 3.
And there's that Ion Shell damage coming into the equation. Even when you're in that Dissimulate, it's still ticking away. Just slowly losing their life, and well, it's a maxed out Ion Shell as well, so very high amounts of damage coming out from Neon. They knew exactly where that rotation was coming through. With the smoke, Yopaj had pulled this Satyr Mindstealer that's standing in the Tri-Camp area away. He wouldn't have heard the stack sound coming through, so that shows that, well, either they've got that warded, or they're coming to try and gank me.
Mid one. He's gonna go back
Time
in.
dilation up.
He's already got Maelstrom completed. First hit bash, stops Impale. He'll still get it afterwards. The mid one's gonna fall. Hook, Rogi finds the Void Spirit. He's got the Astral Step, and Yopaj once again getting away. Rogi not getting any assistance with all the hooks that he's been on point with so far. Just needing that extra little bit of damage. And Radiant, it still looks like they're in fighting condition. I say that. Purification rips apart the Nyx Assassin, and now Radiant just crumble. Natsumi has to try and attempt to get the Phantom Strike away, but a great use of the silence. The smoke cloud is there. They've even got the Stroke of Fate as well. It's a classic Southeast Asian game with 30 kills at 13 minutes in.
You love to see it. That was really nicely played by Nia as well, making sure that he gets that that point in onto the smoke screen, not wanting to go for a bit more of that greedy build going into the talent. Instead, just enables them to lock down the PA Surge not used as well. I thought, you know, maybe they might have cut their losses, let play hard die, and they just turned around thinking that they were strong enough. Not quite yet, though. I think they need to wait out this Yule Scepter so that at least you've got that tiny little bit of extra survivability potential. Yopaj just TP back into this lane. Just be a bit careful here.
Yo, it's a lot of damage. Are you a fan that Radiant, unslowing this down and that PA's getting involved in these fights? Because this is not going to be the fastest Battle Fury timing, and mid one already has this Maelstrom and some change.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a big turnaround if they're able to catch out mid one here. It's going to need the chain lockdown, though. With the Vendetta, they'll have a good way to start it.
Stun, follow-up 8th Remnant, Fortune Zen route, perfect stalk and perfect smoke from Neon. They're going to be able to bring down mid one's Faceless Void. That's a big kill because he was at top of the net worth. It's going to give a little bit of time here, the Phantom Assassin, to be able to catch back up. They will get a counter smoke into the pick-off on top of the next Assassin with a double damage rune. But again, that's not really a worthwhile trade. Maybe they get another if they find Zhao.
Yeah. Almost felt worthwhile just to go for that extra dive. You might force out the False Promise, which then is going to enable a further rotation with the Faceless Void coming back up. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, if they will. Doesn't get out of the smoke range. Yopaj as well to simulate. It's okay. It's a much more difficult task to bring down the Void there.
I think he was mid-casting the False Promise there, but it's actually good that he didn't. You know, you've got that Chronosphere available, mid one's pushing in the mid tower. You need that Oracle ulti available to be able to defend against SMG's next team fight. And it's nearly a 3-level advantage that this Faceless Void has over the PA. So mid one, he's had a good game, you know, been caught out a couple of times, out of position, but still doing just fine. And KP, classic KP style, just puts himself on the front lines, trying to take a lot of the attention away.
Yopaj. This movement speed that he's got, Phase Boots, Windlace, hook back, play hard, great Carapace. He's still in trouble though, he's got the Vendetta if he wants to use it, if there's any detection. Not even going to try and attempt it, so they're able to bring him down. It's a pretty solid pick off, Nia. Oh, hook, oh my. I must say, Roger's Pudge has been pretty solid so far.
It has. They have to be careful with this courier, though. You can't just immediately bring it to yourself. Oh, that was close by Yopaj. They only get the sniper to Natsumi's. Luckily for Neon, it wasn't carrying anything. So that Yule Scepter is going to be completed here on this Void Spirit. It feels like a couple of times Neon have lost these fights because they've committed a bit too heavy when he's caught out underneath that smoke with the Phantom's Embrace onto him as well. So I'm liking it. Yopaj.
Dire's middle tower
that extra survivability. The Observer Ward's going to reveal the movement, though.
Play hard. Should be able to cancel off the Dismember. They got the Vac Wall dropped on 2. Even Knee is looking to get involved. They won't have mid one's Chronosphere for this fight. So maybe that's going to be the X factor for Radiant to be able to continue on 4. But actually mid one, he's showing up. They're able to burst through that Purification with the help of the damage from Nia. They got 2 Dire Heroes somehow flown up in the air. But the more important thing is the fact that mid one drops the Chronosphere onto 2, getting a double. And they're not done.
Oh boy.
Zhao is okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
More importantly, where was Zhao? You know, you've got this Faceless Void that's roaming around. You've got your team that's been, you know, attempting to go for kills, but no Oracle there. No burst potential, no way to lock down, well, whoever it is that you catch, whether it be the Void, the Riki. Rare piece of poor positioning coming through from that, the Oracle.
Radiant's top tower
Wasn't able to get
is
the
under
Yule Scepter
attack.
off either, so that item not having any effectiveness in that teamfight engagement by Yopaj. It was thinking that even with the Guardian Angel in onto the Pudge, that the Ion Shell would have been enough to deal with it. But with that magic resistance from the Flesh Heap, as well as just the regen coming through from the Guardian Angel, wasn't enough.
Oh, it has been a little bit of space though for Natsumi. We see this Phantom Assassin doing whatever he can to keep up. He's going to go for that Desolator next item. He might not get enough time for it though.
We're gonna find Yopaj here, on his own, under smoke.
Januel might have to drop the ultimate. Januel this game has not been doing enough to be able to keep the heroes alive, and well, 7, 5, and 8 is KDA for an Oracle support early on, but it's costing a couple of the core kills.
Yeah, and they're not even caring about the banner, and KP and Nia literally ran straight past that bounty because they can see how aggressive they're going to need to get. If they can catch out Natsumi, this is going to be huge. He's got on the Battle Fury, but he's going to TP away in time. Play hard, probably going to end up giving up his life, but you can't be too sad about that. 4-man rotation. He'll even get the Phantom's Embrace Gold bounty, extra 10. Easy bait.
Yeah.
There we go. They even get the D-Ward off here.
Honestly, pretty happy with that. They might lose the bottom tier 2 though, because the Void does have Chrono up in 20, and they've got a lot of wards nearby. So we'll probably see Dire look to try and put a little bit of pressure on that tower. They're well aware that Natsumi is not in fighting shape right now.
Again, now Yopaj is going into the Aghanim Scepter. I would have felt so much more confident if he went that as his first item. Natsumi's, and I can actually see Rogi not going to throw the hook.
Chrono? Oh, Yopaj? Sans follow up.
Yules
is going to be able to get rid of it, but everything's on cooldown for the Void Spirit. He'd attempt the solo kill, but unfortunately, he's not going to be able to pick that one up. They're even getting another kill as well on the Oracle. Nia is the thorn in the side for them this game. Monster kill streak 13, 1, and 10. An incredible performance. A bit of redemption for him as well, because it was not the best Ember game from him in that game 1.
No, for sure. I feel like Neon, though, they're biding their time. You know, you need this Ag still. It's a long way away for the Void Spirit. But now you're only 500 gold away from the one on CTM. It's going to allow them to be a lot more survivable. It's going to do a lot more damage as well in these team fights. And we've got an item about to be picked up by Natsumi. Yeah, he's going straight into that Desolator as well. Only 1,000 gold away. His job is just try and evade SMG as much as possible. He's TPing back and forth between this top and bottom sides of the river, trying to bait out a lot of these movements. But with that double damage, they're going to go for a Roche attempt here. They're not going to be able to have Natsumi. I mean, he just TP'd. Probably not expecting this either, to be honest.
It should be pretty free for them. They're actually just going to be able to bring it down without a thought in the world of Radiant coming over.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
You love to see it. That is now Ages picked up for mid 1. And Radiant are now going to need a little bit of extra time. It really feels like PA, even with BKB, Dire are going to have the Chrono, they're going to have Dismember. Even Soulbind can kind of kite you a little bit. CTM.
He's got the Ags, though.
Sleep Dart. Unable to get rid of it just yet. So Nia's going to instantly jump. They're doing a great job to control the Darks here, so he won't have the Vac Wall combo. Still looking to try and surge in forward. There we go. It's dropped on 2. Still on the backline, Nia
already used.
is being a massive issue. They'll get the first stun. It's going to be able to follow up with the crit. It's not enough. Oh, it is actually. They bring him down before he gets away. He had some Blink Strike charges, but the crit from Natsumi will claim the kill. And now SMG, they've already lost a couple here, and still with the Chronosphere on cooldown, mid 1, he's just getting kited. They don't have the stuns right now, so mid 1's got a time walk away. They'll surge up forward. Natsumi, Phantom Strike coming up pretty shortly here. They've got to be careful how deep you want to dive, because KP's still in the backline. Instantly, Yopaj recognizing the importance of the Omni Knight. trying to lock onto him and find that target, but he's unable to do so just yet. Mid one's also completely out of mana, so unable to drop this Chronosphere, gets a bash. Natsumi, Phantom Strike still on cooldown, and they actually bring him down. Nice use of the Purification Burst. Mid one still pushing on forward for more. They're going to be careful about going deep now underneath the tier 2 tower, but Rogi catches out play hard, turn, Carapace stun onto 2. Such a long drawn out fight, really messy of a fight as well. Are we done just yet? Looks like we are.
Able to just get away. I mean, some good spell usage from both sides. That's the big advantage of playing this Faceless Void into the PA before the BKB starts to come online. That time dilation heavily limits your maneuverability in a lot of these team fights. Same sort of thing with a Void Spirit. You know, the time dilation, probably the most valuable spell this game for SMG.
Sleep Dart, hook setup. It's quite the combo. They do not have the false promise. This is actually kind of cool here. I don't mind the combo.
I've seen the Sleep Dart into the skewer a few times. Well, yeah. Pudge, it's the way of the future.
He's even got the Ag Shard already. Rogi also very close to Blink all of a sudden, so much more. SMG looking to hit back in this second game. 5,000 net worth lead. They still got ages for another 2 minutes 20 as well on mid one.
Looking to take away the outpost as well. Made a farm SMG. I give this bottom farm. Well, it's all gone now because of the tower, but you got to get this Pudge available with the Blink Dagger. You know, it kind of feels like, I don't know, a Tusk Snowball, essentially. Just being able to toss them inside of you, get all of that extra health coming through. Allows mid one, as well as the Riki, to play that aggressive style that they've used so far. Actually, just why not? Farming between a tier 2 and a tier 3 tower. He has the Aegis on mid one, so he's going to feel just fine about that. Going into the MKB as well, so responding to the PA.
Riki might pop this. Oh, great positioning from Nia. Smoke pop, Sleep Dart's there. Gonna be able to get rid of it instantly. Nyx Assassin targeted from Nia's follow-up afterwards. Plague Hard's gonna lose his life. A great vac 4, but there's no extra follow-up here. Yeah, CTM still dropping the combo.
Well. Oh, they get the Sleep Dart. Actually gets it off.
How does the Purge work with the Sleep Dart? Because before, I've seen it.
It didn't, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It didn't work before, and now it did. Sleep Dart.
Well, no one can purge that
this time.
What's the cooldown? 12 seconds. Nia. Great use of the defensive Ghost Scepter. Underneath the tier 4 tower. You don't really want to dive too far. Radiant got Glyph as well for the multi-shots if a really long fight breaks out along the high ground. Soulbind, Leash, unable to get mid one. Time walk in. There's the Chrono onto 3. The follow-up from Ricky's mouth. The Smember, they'll bring down Darkseid. They're trying to control Januel, who's already used that false promise. Natsumi's jumping the backline, but instantly KP is going to be able to protect him with the Guardian Angel. They've been able to find the Pudge kill. They're going to try and find more as well with KP getting controlled. And now they're able to man fight. SMG getting punished for that deep attempt. He's got a time walk back up at the Chrono. It's already been used, so there's no way mid one can turn it. He doesn't have the ages as well. Where's the follow-up control? The Carapace? Is that from the time dilation damage? I think it might be mid one. Vac drag back time walk doesn't make it to low ground, and SMG will lose 5.
Yeah, just diving that little bit too deep with the tier 4 towers. Importantly, Zhao redeeming himself there, able to get the false promise off a split second before that Chronosphere is actually used, so they can't take out the highest priority target, which was that Void Spirit. He's able to kite out the Riki, use the Resonant Pulse to survive for that little bit of extra time, in addition to the Yule Scepter, and I believe that is his Aghanim Scepter finished as well. So a lot more aggressive potential now enabled for Yopaj. This becomes so much harder for SMG now. He's going to be looking to go in onto the backlines, lock down KP with the silencers coming through, and then have the rest of the team take out a higher priority target.
By Omni Knight, my lord, the damage back again on 3. They've got the silence, so Natsumi's unable to jump just yet. He doesn't even want to hit the embrace, but it doesn't matter because afterwards, he'll rip him to shreds. That is 3 down, utilizing that double damage in a big spike for Neon, like you were saying, and now they've got the net worth lead.
Didn't even notice as well, the Pudge's courier actually got sniped previously, so he doesn't have the Blink Dagger. All of that net worth that he spent a good time farming up, getting from these heavy kill involvements on Rogi, completely useless. He'll have it for this next teamfight defense, but sure he wished he had it a lot earlier.
These are some gigantic timings. That's just Aghanim's picked up from the Phantom Assassin, from Yopaj, play hard, getting a force. CTM's got the Ags too. Like, this is just
amazing items as well. Gives the quiver over to Yopaj for that initial burst damage with the Astral Step. Gets the Orb of Corrosion for a PA. There's nothing else you could possibly want. He's critting now for 1228.
a real scary prospect here for SMG, and with the lead they have, they've given now. Look at the swing, like that is, oh my lord, like a 9,000 swing, maybe just under.
He's considering about holding on to the Elven Tunic here on Natsumi, but I think once that the MKB is completely revealed by mid one, he's not going to care too much about it. It's all just going to be about the burst damage coming through with that Orb of Destruction. And seeing a smoke here. Zhao's got 3. You could opt to use it if you wanted to, but not wanting to. All ultimates available this game. SMG have the high ground.
Yeah.
They're going to go for one.
Prime position to maybe pop this. They see Roger at the moment. They're all grouped up. They're going to be careful because the Vac Wall combo is still ready and waiting. On to 3. They've already bursted through mid one though. Now, but the Heavenly Grace just way too late. The tip mid fight as well from CTM. Natsubi's able to move on forward. Roger has got the blink. He'll get back to safety. KP unable to follow up with him. So they'll get a TP out of the Pudge, but KP, I don't think he's going to make it out of this one. Radiant will find a third Jules to cancel. What a target to bring down to start the fight. Just avoid. There was no defensive factor. The Pudge couldn't jump in.
No, he wasn't in position to do it. That's the other advantage of having this Void Spirit, right? As soon as he sees that Pudge, he's just going to silence him every single time. Make sure he can't get the animation off for that. What's it even called? I guess it's still using the Dismember, right? But that's a deadly one for sure. And, you know, it just goes to show the importance of taking out KP from this fight. The silence able to be used. They even with the animation cast time of the Guardian Angel, the Purification, the Heavenly Grace, it was interrupted by that vacuum coming through from CTM. And again, he's been on point with this Darkseer so far. It's been without all of these. Have they found? I think they're going to give up play hard for this. It's been without a Blink Dagger now on CTM, and he's only 200 gold away, so it's only going to get easier from here. Plus level 20 coming up for him soon as well, so that Ion Shell damage is going to be 150. Pretty nuts to be able to just toss that in onto your Void Spirit.
Yeah, now even the Phantom Assassin is... Just looking what the Lotus Orb can do this game. It's mainly Dismember, it looks like. Dismember, Soulbind. That's about it.
Sleep Dart. Yep. Turn it back onto the Ricky.
Radiant are scanning.
No you.
No me? Is this what we're doing again?
Sure. Let's go with that. Alright. MKB's at least finished up now. But you can see how much of an impact a neutral item can have, right? I don't think they get that kill. Oh,
Triple silence remnant, vacuum back, wall drop once again, impaled, what a combo! All the abilities used onto multiple heroes. Mid one drops the chrono, but he's out of mana, and almost out of health as well. He's going to try and get the solo kill, which he will be able to, but it still costs him his life. They can chase down Nia, but the dust is off the mark. CTM. So the gem is on the deck too. Natsumi picks that up. Another great use of the combos from Neon here. They are just hitting multi-hero abilities time and time again.
Yeah. The thing is, like, you have a response if you don't have the Orb of Destruction, if you don't have the Enchanted Quiver, but it just does so much burst damage that KP, like, you can't fault him that much. He even caught out this Ricky. Oh my god, he's holding on to the gem. Why not, Natsumi?
That is, this is a scary prospect now to come back from. Feels like Nia's fallen off his farm drastically. Hasn't been finding kill after kill. That snowball effect that we see so often from Ricky. You know, the Omni Knight presence as well with the Faceless Void seems like it's not like the other Omni Knight combos they were probably looking for.
It's just going to go from bad to worse as well. Like, I'd honestly say Rogi's the #1 target if they're ever trying to catch someone solo on Neon. Like, their team fights have been amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. But Natsumi, he's gone the Ag Scepter. So he wants to be able to pick someone off, quickly transition that into, you know, another kill somewhere on the map. And right now, the Pudge has very little in terms of armor, just sitting on 6. So that Desolator plus Orb of Destruction is going to bring him down to -4. They're going to get a counter smoke here, but it's actually going to be into this Natsumi.
Blink forward, instant KP. Trying to bring down. He gets the ultimate off, but it's still silenced up, so no more abilities. If you can target the Omni Knight, it's a lot of their survivability. Natsumi crits down. They've lost the first life. Chrono still on cooldown as well. Mid one going to try and deal with the Wall of Replica Illusion. He'll turn back to right-click Natsumi, blink back forward. Mid one. He's just doing all the damage right now, but he's got no extra backup, and it's going to cost him. Nia, too late to rejoin them. 5 down, and only 2 have buyback.
It's getting pretty close to that GG timing again, and that was without the item that I thought was really going to completely enable this Neon lineup. They have the Nullifier now, only 300 gold away for Natsumi. So, you know, that's why I was saying the Pudge. He doesn't have anything in the forms of defense. At least the Grimstroke has the Ghost Scepter. Well, that's not going to matter that much anymore. Same sort of thing with all of these Omni Knight spells. They're going to be removed with the use of that Nullifier. You can go on any target that you want.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle
Void,
barracks are under attack.
no buyback. Up in 35 here. A full set mid. Luckily enough, they still got some tier 2 towers. Looks like top is going to be that next attempt, or they might just get a pick off. Why not? Bye-bye KP. Unless the hook's on point, it's not. Nullify is such a great way to counter out the Omni Knight. They even got the Yours control as well, so Natsumi's able to go back in. Crits down 1, might even crit down a 2nd.
I was about to ask, have we seen a single use of this Pudge Axe Shard? And we just tried to there, but it just meant that he gave up his own life as well. 25 on the PA. Triple Stifling Dagger available. They're just going to end it.
Salt in the wound.
Yeah.
That Oracle voice line as well. Probably how they're feeling right now. At least you got your 3 cores. Instantly jumping, mid one, Heavenly Grace on cooldown. Vac wall once again onto 3. Mid one's going to be able to drop the ultimate, but the Yours Scepter completely counters a majority of the damage from the Faceless Void throughout the ultimate. And they kill off the Void, and they cut off the head of SMG. A 2-0 victory here for OB.Neon. What a performance from them.
Yeah, unfortunately, all that net worth that you had going your way. A couple of key career snipes. You know, no Blink Dagger on the Pudge when they were going for that super deep dive at the tier 3 towers. They do a lot of damage, turns out, tier 3s and tier 4s. I think they even used the Glyph defensively to get that turnaround happening on Neon. And you know, even super early on, with the power treads being sniped away from the Ricky, meant that he wasn't able to continue the insane amount of early game pressure that he was able to put out. Like, Nia was what? I think it was 13, 1, and 11 at one point, and he finishes up at 15, 6, and 13. So just goes to show how quickly a game can turn around when you allow something like a PA to snowball, and that Void Spirit gets the all-important Ag Scepter.
Yeah, we saw about a 9,000 net worth swing in such a short space of time there, and Neon just... the combos were coming out, the prioritization as well with the heroes they were able to bring down, and just overall, you know, they don't need the Mirana. Turns out they're still able to win. Didn't you say they'd lost every single game they didn't have Mirana? Was that the start?
One time they won.
Okay.
One time they won. So now it's 2.
Now it's 2. Now it shows, yeah, we can still win without it, and that they do here.
It was looking shaky though. It was looking a lot shakier. I think that was just on the back of SMG performing well though in the early game. Like, have a look at the win probability graph, right? Like, even 27 minutes, it's looking very nice for SMG still. But just a couple of those key pickoffs, key engagements, and that's all that Neon need. You give them an inch, they take a mile.
Indeed, as Neon, they'll take our first series of the night. We are still going to be seeing more of SMG, though. Their next matchup is going to be up against Motivate Trust. We will have about a 20-minute break in between our first and second series, so we'll see you all then